AI just took over 5% of the economy, and no one's talking about it. All right, we need to have a serious conversation about something that just happened in AI, something that could be one of the biggest technological shifts of our lifetime. And somehow, almost no one is talking about it. Last week, OpenAI quietly released something called Deep Research, and I know, by the time you hear about these things, the news cycle has already moved on. But trust me, this isn't just another cool AI tool. This is different. This is one of those moments where years from now, we'll look back and say, yeah, that's when everything changed. And here's why. This one feature, just one feature inside OpenAI's system, is already doing 5% of all tasks in the economy. Yeah, let that sink in for a second. Right now, at this very moment, AI is actively taking over work that used to require millions of human workers. And not just any work, high-level, white-collar, analytical work. The kind of work that requires expertise. The kind that companies pay billions of dollars for. The kind that people spend years in school training for. And now it's just being done by AI. This isn't some distant future scenario where automation might eventually impact jobs. This isn't one of those AI will change everything someday conversations. This is happening right now. And if we're already at 5% today, imagine where we'll be in 2 years. Or 5. What happens when that 5% turns into 10%, 20%, 50%? At what point do we stop calling this a productivity boost and start acknowledging that this is a fundamental transformation of the economy? So, let's break this down. What exactly is deep research? Imagine you had an entire team of the smartest research assistants in the world. They work 24/7, never sleep, never get tired, never need a break. They can scan through millions of sources across the internet in seconds, pull data, analyze reports, cross-reference facts, and summarize everything into fully structured, well-researched papers. That's what this thing does. This isn't just a tool that spits out a few bullet points or helps students with their homework. This is full-scale, in-depth research, done instantly. The kind of work that business analysts, consultants, lawyers, and researchers spend weeks or months compiling. This AI does it in minutes. And then, just to casually blow everyone's mind, Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, drops this bombshell. This one feature alone already does 5% of all tasks in the economy today. 5%. Do you get how crazy that is? That's millions of jobs. Just gone. Automated. Handled by an AI that doesn't get tired, doesn't make the same mistakes humans do, and doesn't need to be paid. And here's where things get even crazier. We always thought AI would replace blue-collar jobs first. We assumed automation would hit factory workers, truck drivers, warehouse employees, the kind of work that involves manual labor. Nope. Turns out, AI isn't coming for physical labor jobs first. It's coming for knowledge workers. The consultants, the financial analysts, the legal researchers, the market strategists. The people who sit in front of computers and think for a living. Right now, high-paid consultants spend weeks compiling market research for their clients. AI does it in minutes. Financial analysts pore over hundreds of pages of earnings reports. AI pulls insights instantly. OpenAI just stole Google's name, and no one noticed. Now, speaking of deep research, there's something absolutely hilarious about this whole situation. So here's the thing. Google already had a research tool called Deep Research. It was part of their Gemini AI ecosystem. They had the name first. It was their thing. And OpenAI. They just took it. No hesitation. No legal disclaimers. No awkward conversations. They just grabbed the name and ran. And here's the craziest part. No one even cared. Think about that for a second. A trillion-dollar tech giant already had a product called Deep Research, and OpenAI just waltzed in and slapped the same name on their own AI tool. And yet, Google's version might as well not even exist. Because before today, had you ever even heard of Google's Deep Research? Exactly. Meanwhile, OpenAI's version is everywhere. It's making headlines. It's being tested by economists. It's being quoted by CEOs. It's actively shifting how businesses operate. This just proves how cutthroat the AI race is getting. It's no longer about who builds the best AI. Now it's about branding, visibility, and absolute dominance. And right now, OpenAI is winning. The 2035 AI prediction that blew my mind. All right, let's shift gears for a second. Because while all of this is crazy, we also need to talk about the future. Sam Altman recently wrote a blog post about what AI is going to look like by 2035, and there were 3 predictions in there that absolutely shook me. First, AI keeps getting smarter, with no end in sight. You know how in most technologies, at some point, you hit a ceiling? You reach the limits of what's possible. Computers, for example, can only get so fast before you run into physical limitations. Well, according to Altman, that's not happening with AI. He basically said that as long as we keep throwing money and computing power at it, AI just keeps getting better and better with no plateau in sight. Meaning, right now we think AI is impressive, but this is nothing compared to what's coming. We're barely scratching the surface. Second, AI is getting cheaper. Fast. This one is wild. Every 12 months, the cost of using top-tier AI drops by a factor of 10. Let's put that into perspective. Imagine if using the best AI today costs you $1 per query. Next year, it'll be 10 cents. The year after, a single penny. At that point, AI doesn't just stay in the hands of big corporations. It becomes so cheap and so accessible that every business on the planet starts using it. And once that happens, AI adoption is going to explode. Because suddenly, companies that couldn't afford high-level AI before, they're now running entire operations on it. And third, AI is about to unlock breakthroughs at a speed we've never seen before. This is where things get a little terrifying, because we're not just talking about AI helping humans discover new technologies. We're talking about AI that builds better AI. And once we hit that stage, where AI isn't just a tool, but an autonomous force creating smarter versions of itself, we're stepping into completely uncharted territory. No one knows what that looks like. No one knows how fast it happens. All we know is that once AI starts improving itself, the pace of technological progress won't just be fast. It'll be beyond anything humans have ever experienced. So yeah, the AI revolution isn't coming. It's already here. AI in medicine just passed its biggest test yet, and honestly, this might be one of the most important breakthroughs ever. A massive, 100,000-person randomized trial just proved that AI-assisted cancer detection is 29% more effective than human doctors. 29%. That's not a small improvement. That's the kind of leap forward that changes lives, because when it comes to cancer, early detection is everything. The difference between catching it just in time and catching it too late can mean the difference between life and death. And the best part, this AI isn't just detecting cancer better. It's doing it without increasing false positives. Now this is huge, because in medical diagnostics, false positives are a big deal. If a system detects cancer when there isn't any, that means patients go through unnecessary stress, invasive tests, and even painful treatments they never needed in the first place. It's a major reason why people have been hesitant to trust AI in medicine. But this trial shut down that fear completely. Not only is the AI detecting cancer more accurately than doctors, but it's doing it without making more mistakes. One medical expert even put it bluntly. At this point, not using AI in diagnostics is actually unethical. Unethical. We've gone from asking, can AI help doctors, to saying, if you're not using AI, you're putting patients at risk. Think about that shift. For years, people thought AI in medicine would be a nice-to-have, something that assists doctors but never replaces their expertise. But now, we're looking at a future where not using AI isn't just a bad business decision. It could actually be considered medical negligence. So yeah, the future of healthcare? It's AI-powered. AI-powered robots are here, and it's happening fast. We've been talking about AI taking over digital work, writing, research, automation. But now, it's stepping into the real world. For years, humanoid robots have felt like a sci-fi dream, something that was always just around the corner, but never quite ready. But that moment has arrived. It's happening. Right now. Figure AI, one of the most advanced robotics companies in the world, just made such a huge breakthrough that they ended their partnership with OpenAI. Let that sink in. They were working with the biggest name in AI, and now, they don't think they need OpenAI anymore. That alone should tell you how massive this shift is. And here's where things get even crazier. Figure AI is rumored to be raising $1.5 billion at a $39 billion valuation. This isn't some experimental prototype being tested in a lab. This is real-world automation with real investment behind it. We are about to disrupt entire industries' money. So, what exactly makes these robots different? Unlike the industrial robots we've seen in factories for years, arms that weld car parts, machines that assemble electronics, these are fully autonomous humanoid robots. That means they can think, move, and adapt in real-world environments without constant human supervision. Let's talk about what that means in practice. Imagine walking into an Amazon warehouse, where once thousands of workers moved packages from one place to another, scanned barcodes, and loaded boxes onto conveyor belts. Now, those same tasks are being done by AI-powered robots that never take breaks, never get sick, and don't need a salary. Picture a McDonald's kitchen, fully staffed by humanoid robots that cook burgers, drop fries, assemble orders, and hand them over to customers, faster and more efficiently than any human team ever could. Think about a Tesla factory, where every piece of the assembly line is now operated by robots that can adjust and learn in real time, meaning production never stops, and errors are reduced to near zero. And this isn't happening decades from now. This is the beginning of a massive shift in the workforce. We already saw this coming when fast food chains started testing self-service kiosks and fully automated fry stations. We saw it in Amazon warehouses when they introduced thousands of robots to replace human pickers. But what happens when these robots aren't just built for a single task, but can actually replace human workers entirely? The answer? Millions of jobs are on the line. Right now, these robots are still expensive. They're still limited in their deployment. But we've seen this pattern before. Costs will drop, adoption will rise, and in just a few years, entire industries will look completely different. We're about to see a labor shift bigger than anything we've experienced before. The real question is, are we ready for it? And if you think AI coming for physical jobs is insane, wait until you hear about how it's replacing one of the most highly skilled professions, software development. AI can now build apps, no coding needed. If AI taking over factory jobs wasn't already a huge shift, get this, it's now coming for one of the most technical and high-paying jobs in the world, software development. For decades, coding has been seen as a future-proof skill. Learning to program was the key to job security. Software engineers were among the most sought-after professionals, with salaries soaring as businesses became increasingly dependent on technology. But now, AI is changing everything. Replit, one of the most innovative companies in AI-driven coding, has just launched a tool that allows you to build entire applications simply by describing them in plain English. No coding, no technical expertise. Just type what you want, hit a button, and boom, AI builds it for you. Let's say you run a business and need a custom task management tool for your employees. Instead of hiring a development team, waiting weeks for a working product, and spending thousands of dollars, you can just type. Build a project management app where users can create tasks, assign deadlines, and track progress with a dashboard. And within minutes, you have a fully functional app built by AI. This isn't a simple template generator. This is AI actually writing the code for you. Need a custom CRM for your sales team? Done. Want a data analytics dashboard with interactive graphs? Instantly generated. Need an automated scheduling system? Ready to use in seconds. And here's where it gets even more disruptive. Right now, businesses pay millions every year for software like Salesforce, QuickBooks, and Trello. But what happens when they can just generate their own software, tailored to their exact needs, instantly and for free? The entire SaaS industry, software as a service, is about to be shaken up. And let's talk about the developers themselves. If AI can already build fully functional applications today, what happens in 5 years? Right now, AI still needs some human oversight, but it's already doing 80 to 90% of the work. As AI continues to improve, companies won't need massive teams of engineers to build products anymore. The demand for software developers? That's going to drop fast. Sure, there will always be a need for some engineers, especially for cutting-edge work and AI oversight. But the idea that coding is a future-proof career? That just went out the window. What's happening right now isn't just automation. It's redefining how software is created. So, let's take a step back and look at everything that's happened in just the last few weeks. AI has already taken over 5% of the global economy. AI-assisted cancer detection is 29% more accurate than human doctors. Humanoid robots with full autonomy are being deployed right now. Software development, one of the most technical fields, is now fully automated. So, here's my question for you. Are we moving too fast? Or are we not moving fast enough? Because at this point, AI isn't coming, it's already here. And if you think things are wild now, just wait. Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you want to stay ahead of the AI curve, hit that subscribe button. Because trust me, things are about to get even crazier. See you in the next one.